Authorities say a man tried to open an emergency door and attacked a flight attendant with a broken metal spoon. Watch this.
Since I'm taking over this plane. Dude, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You can't get by that door.
He appeared to say, I'm taking over this plane. NBC's Emily Aketa here on set with me. Emily, what happened?
So this alarming incident, as you saw in the video there, playing out before a crowded plane and just minutes before this cross-country trip was set to make a landing in Boston. Investigators say that the suspect allegedly tried to stab the flight attendant 3 times in the neck area before, thankfully, fast-acting passengers and crew members jumped into action.
This morning, a United Airlines passenger is facing federal charges following a terrifying incident on board a Boston-bound flight.
I will kill every man on this plane.
According to court documents, about 45 minutes before landing the cross-country trip from Los Angeles, the flight crew was notified that an emergency exit door on the plane had been disarmed. A flight attendant discovered the door's handle had been moved out of the fully locked position. Another flight attendant reporting 33-year-old Francisco Torres had been near the door, leading the crew to believe he had tampered with it. When confronted, Torres allegedly responded, asking if there were cameras to prove it. Witnesses say that's when he got out of his seat, approached 2 flight attendants in the aisle, and allegedly attempted to stab one of them in the neck 3 times with a broken metal spoon.
We started hearing his voice get louder and louder. He was clearly agitated.
Passengers on board the plane, seen in this video shared by witness Lisa Olson, tackled and restrained the suspect.
There were probably 4 or 5 men that restrained him on the ground.
Torres later admitting to investigators he knew if he opened the door, many people would die. Also claiming self-defense during the altercation, saying he made the weapon on board in the bathroom.
Just how unusual is this degree of violence?
It's extraordinarily unusual, but it doesn't take that much to take a lot of everyday items and turn them into weapons.
It comes as we're learning new details about Torres. In 2015, he was ordered by a court to undergo a psychiatric evaluation, according to a lawsuit he filed against a hospital years later, in which he alleged he was misdiagnosed with a mental health disorder. In that suit, Torres, who represented himself, sought $50 billion and a license to carry and use, if necessary, any type concealed or unconcealed firearms and explosives on any commercial transports. The case was later dismissed. United Airlines says it has zero tolerance for any type of violence on our flights, adding this customer will be banned from flying on United pending an investigation.
So even before that 5.5-hour flight took off, Torres appeared to take some level of interest in the emergency exit door. Investigators say that he had actually asked another passenger where the door handle was in the safety card in that initial safety briefing at the start of the trip. He's up against a federal charge of interference with crew members with a dangerous weapon. That could mean, if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. I should note that we did reach out to his attorney, but I've not heard back.
Okay, Emily Aketa, thank you so much. We want to joining me right now is Sara Nelson, a United flight attendant and president of the Association of Flight Attendants. So, Sara, good to see you here. Talk to me here about your reaction to what we're seeing. And also, of course, we never want to see something like this happen on a flight, but essentially are flight attendants trained for something like this?
Well, flight attendants are not only first responders. Since 9/11, we have also been aviation's last line of defense in security. And there's fewer of us on board than pre-9/11. We have not had combat training or crew member self-defense training as a required course. That is a voluntary course that flight attendants have to take on their own time that is offered by the TSA and done by air marshals. So there is training, but this is very difficult to handle. And I think it's really important for people to understand this was happening on descent. The pilots are very busy. There has been an effort to only have one pilot in the flight deck, and this should show why it's so important that we are fully staffed. And we can respond to this, because the first rule in safety is no distractions. And what could be more distracting than this incredibly violent event against the crew?
And Sara, this isn't the only incident we've seen in recent days. We've seen severe turbulence leading to serious injuries, a bird strike leading to an emergency landing in Havana. I mean, if people are looking at this and saying, this isn't normal, what would you say to them?
This isn't normal. There are issues across the board in safety, and the way that safety works is to have redundancies and to make sure that you've got a Swiss cheese model so that you're layering over safety protocols in order to make sure that nothing falls through a hole. And so when you start to stretch that further and further with minimum crew, with a full aircraft, with the fact that Congress has failed to act to have a banned passenger list on known people who have been violent on our planes, that we are stretched to the limits in aviation. This leaves room for potential problems. And sometimes it's just that break in link in safety protocols with just one additional item that puts everyone in jeopardy on the plane. Those pilots need to be focusing on landing, and what this did was this put the crew in jeopardy, everyone on board in jeopardy, and also created a distraction during the most critical phase of flight.
So Captain Sully Sullenberger, who obviously landed the plane in the Hudson, the Miracle on the Hudson, he was on Today, the Today Show this morning, and he called this threat of incidents canaries in the coal mine. Is that what you're getting to here, that these are maybe symptoms of a larger problem that needs to be addressed?
100%. The FAA is pulling together all stakeholders and government officials next week in a safety roundtable so that we can get at some of these issues, because there has been too many, too often, and there seems to be a real problem here brewing. We've got to take this very seriously and get back to our #1 job in aviation for all stakeholders and government working together to make sure that safety is first.
Sara Nelson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.